The internet has always had a strange relationship with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. But what started as murmurs of public skepticism has now erupted into a full-blown cultural roast, and it's coming from none other than the animated assassins of satire, South Park. Yes, they're back. And this time, they're not just poking fun at the royal defectors, they're tearing down the entire curated circus surrounding Meghan Markle's public persona with a scalpel made of satire and fire. It all began with an Instagram post. Meghan, glowing, posed in what was supposed to be a heartwarming moment, cradling her baby bump, dancing in a hospital room, sharing what looked like intimate, behind-the-scenes footage of her pregnancy. But instead of praise, the internet recoiled. What was intended to be emotional vulnerability came off as performative fluff. Critics labeled it cringe, tone-deaf, and most damning of all, fake. The dance? Too theatrical. The bump? Too perfect. The lighting? Studio grade. This wasn't a vulnerability. This was a PR stunt in a maternity gown. And as if summoned by the cultural cringe gods, South Park did what South Park does best: it set it all on fire. The new sketch, reportedly part of an upcoming DEI-themed special, doesn't just parody Meghan. It eviscerates her. Titled, "Respect Our Pregnancy," the episode is a ruthless sequel to South Park's earlier, worldwide privacy tour, jab at Harry and Meghan. Only now, the gloves are completely off. The setting? A cartoonishly polished hospital room. Meghan, rendered in exaggerated animation, is seen twerking with a stuffed pillow under her gown, shouting lines about empowerment while a chaotic camera crew, played by Cartman, Kyle, Stan, and Kenny, scrambles around her. The director? Cartman Kennedy, a savage send-up of Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy, first introduced in the Panderverse special. He's back, and he's directing Meghan's pregnancy reveal like it's an Oscar campaign commercial. It's everything South Park fans love: loud, absurd, and jaw-droppingly brutal. But here's where it turns from hilarious to historic. Sources say Meghan caught wind of the parody before it aired. And she was not amused. Her team, reportedly incensed, launched a full-scale counterstrike, cease and desist letters, legal threats, urgent calls to Paramount execs. Meghan's camp claimed the sketch was a targeted attack on motherhood, an attempt to shame a woman during pregnancy. But let's be real, this wasn't a critique of motherhood. This was a takedown of manufactured motherhood, of a heavily scripted social media persona parading as authenticity. It's a brutal message, and South Park made sure you couldn't miss it. In the episode, the Duchess's animated doppelganger is directed through multiple takes of her pregnancy dance, pausing for lighting changes, choreography corrections, and emotional pep talks about vulnerability. The fake baby bump practically becomes a character of its own. One scene reportedly shows it flopping unnaturally, with even Kyle remarking, "Is she giving birth through her knees?" And if you thought the parody was cruel, Meghan's reaction may have given it more power than Trey Parker and Matt Stone could have dreamed of. Rather than ignore it, Meghan went to war. Legal letters were drafted. Paramount was hit with pressure from every angle. But here's the thing: South Park is legally bulletproof. Parody is protected under US law. Meghan can fume, cry foul, threaten all she wants. She can't sue Satire. And that's the problem: the more she fights it, the more she proves their point. Meanwhile, Paramount isn't just standing firm. They're leaning in. Insiders say the studio sees this as their viral goldmine. The Privacy Tour episode sent social media into meltdown. The DEI special could go even further. They're reportedly teasing it with animated promos in July. Meghan Markle's outrage isn't a threat, it's marketing. But here's what makes this more than just a Meghan Markle roast: South Park is building a twisted, interconnected satire universe. Cartman Kennedy isn't a one-off. He's becoming the mascot of Hollywood hypocrisy, from Disney's fake wokeness to Meghan's Instagram victimhood. The DEI special isn't just about Meghan. Diddy, Elon Musk, Netflix execs, they're all on the chopping block. It's an hour-long flamethrower aimed at the influencer industrial complex, the celebrity self-branding machine, and the performance of virtue. And Meghan? She's the face of it all. There's a moment in the episode where a Harry-like character, holding a smoothie and wearing a beanie, critiques Meghan's hospital dance. It doesn't feel authentic enough. Can we add some lighting that screams empowerment? It's subtle as a wrecking ball and pitch-perfect satire. It paints the Sussexes not as victims, but as architects of their own mockery, image-obsessed, PR-drunk, and so painfully unaware of their own contradictions. Backlash? Of course. Meghan reportedly views the skit as an attack on pregnant women everywhere. Her team is preparing an op-ed, maybe a sit-down interview, to speak her truth. But that's the trap. The more she talks, the more material she hands over. South Park thrives on outrage. Pushing back doesn't silence them, it feeds them. Fans are split. Some see the skit as brilliant cultural commentary, a long overdue jab at curated victimhood. Others say it crosses a line, mocking pregnancy to score cheap laughs. But for Trey and Matt, the division is the joke. Satire isn't about pleasing everyone. It's about exposing the absurdity of public performance, and nothing performs harder than Meghan Markle. Behind the scenes, Paramount's legal team has already combed through the script. It's clean. Legally airtight. Meghan's threats aren't stopping anything. The DEI special is locked, loaded, and animated. And it's reportedly the most detailed depiction of Meghan and Harry South Park has ever done, ditching their classic Canadian design and going for realism. No beady eyes. No flip-top heads. This time, it's lifelike. Too lifelike. And if that weren't enough, South Park fans are already clamoring for more. Cartman Kennedy has become a cultural force, a meme, a middle finger, a satirical fever dream. Pairing him with Meghan Markle. That's the crossover event no one saw coming. It's not just comedy. It's a commentary on the commentary, a takedown of the very engine of attention. Meghan's carefully curated maternity moment was supposed to be a soft-focus celebration. Instead, it's become the crown jewel of South Park's most vicious season yet. And whether she speaks out or stays silent, the damage is done. That baby bump is now immortalized in animation, flopping, overlit, and painfully on brand. Once again, South Park holds up a mirror, and what it reflects back isn't just Meghan. It's all of us, scrolling endlessly, feeding the fame machine, confusing curated trauma with authenticity. Meghan Markle didn't just walk into a parody. She became a parody. And no Instagram caption can edit that out. If you want more stories from inside Hollywood's biggest takedowns, celebrity satire, and culture clashes that make headlines feel like scripts, subscribe to our channel. We've got a lot more coming, and it's only getting messier.